What's up, everyone? Chris here. Glad to be here and happy to have you guys here as well. And let's just get right into it, right? If your email marketing isn't working, it's probably because you're just blasting out a lot of sales emails back to back and you're just sounding like a used car salesman, right? So, enough of the whole, hey, buy this right now, or, 10% off, 20% off for the next like 5 minutes, 6 minutes, right? Enough of the whole salesy techniques and just being super pushy from the start, right? You just got to stop doing that, right? Most brands, they're just straight up boring in in their inboxes, right? You can take a step back and just kind of analyze the emails that you receive from brands, and you'll see most of them. You're just like, what's going on here, right? So basically, in today's video, what I want to talk about is breaking down three essential emails that will actually help you build trust, right? Get people opening them, and then eventually making more sales for yourself. So let's get into it, right? Right from the start, why I want to talk about this, why this matters, is because email, as many of us know, or if you don't know, is one of the most highest converting marketing channels out there, right? So instead of just sending like discount emails and just sending those salesy types of emails and just kind of like shooting and praying type of thing, right? Um, let's have a method behind it. Let's have intentions behind it. And let's actually really think of what makes a good email strategy and how you, right, as the brand owner or even as a copywriter, can implement this to increase sales for your brand or for the brands that you're working with, right? So the three of them that we'll break down is a storytelling email, right? This really showcases why people should care about you and why people care about your brand, right? And who you are as the brand owner, right? Or founder, right? The next one is a value email, right? And that gives you basically just free information, free game, free everything, and just showcasing you like your authority or your expertise on the topic, right? And then the third one is, a little bit of an offer email, right? But we do it the right way, right? Not the super pushy sales emails, right? We do it in the right way where you're still adding value, you're still showcasing your authority, and you're still nurturing them in a way, but you're still tying into your offer and eventually helping you generate sales, right? So let's break these down really quick, right? So number one, the storytelling email, right? Most people buy from brands they like to vibe with, right? Think about it. The brands that you buy in your everyday life, ask yourself, why do I like them, right? It's either because the brand has some sort of personality, right? You has some story that you connect with, right? Has some sort of like human element behind it that you just enjoy, and maybe that's why you connect with them, right? Or obviously their product is really good, and they kind of become unforgettable in your life, right? So basically, with the storytelling email, you want to try to implicate or integrate a lot of these components, right? So some sort some sort of way of having your personal story that makes your brand relatable, right? Showcasing your audience, right? Maybe your struggle and why you created this and how it's transformed your life and how it's transformed other people's lives, right? Basically, like it's a smooth transition and just a story in general that will connect from the pain points that they're dealing with to the solutions that they want, right? Or the problems solved, right? So it's get basically what I say is like getting them from A to B, right? How can you create stories that showcases that your brand can help them do that, right? Obviously, I think when it comes to maybe like clothing brands and other types of products, it might be harder to create like before and after type stories, right? But you can still create stories about like how the brand was created, why it was created, story behind your life as the founder or owner, right? Or even customers, and just kind of go into more detail of just showcasing who you are, right? I always say, kind of show them like behind the curtains, right? If that makes sense, right? So like show them the can't even think of the word right now, but behind the scenes of what the business looks like and how you're building it, why you're building it, I'm just going to sound repetitive again, right? But that's very important, right? So the next one is the value email, right? And basically, this one is just giving people to trust you, right? Giving them a reason to trust you, giving them more reasons to trust you. And it's basically just sending emails that are actual helpful information, right? So tips, strategies, fun facts, anything like that, right? Where people think and take a step back and say, like, that was awesome. That was brilliant, right? And most importantly, maybe they respond to the emails and say, like, this was amazing. I love this. Keep it up, right? Always take note of that. Like, if you had any email that you send and you're getting positive responses from, take note for future emails to do, right? Um, but also, other value emails is like quick wins, um, and how people can apply them, right? And yeah, just kind of showcasing how maybe your product, for example, is just positioning in a way that it in a positive way, right? And how it could help them, right? And basically just showcasing like you're struggling with I don't know, reading a book. So therefore you should be buying my glasses and you can read better, right? I don't know. Something like that, right? Hopefully you get the gist of it. But then the third one comes the offer email, right? And this is important, right? Because like I said, you don't want to be super salesy, you don't want to be super pushy, right? But you still want to find a way to tie your offer or tie your product into the stories that you're creating or the value emails that you're making, right? So you could go into further detail of why you created your product, right? The problem that it solves, why it matters, and basically just kind of being very direct and not having a BS reason um, of, or not BS reason, but getting rid of the BS from A to B, from that whole transition, that transformation, right? So just being honest and just saying, like, if you use this, you'll be able to get that, basically, right? Just straight, direct, and just kind of keeping it simple and short, right? But the most effective way is always finding a way to integrate it into like towards the end of your story, right? You'll see a lot of emails out there that will do, story-based emails, um, and kind of just talk about like maybe a customer's journey or their own journey, and then at the end they slowly kind of pitch and introduce their product and how it was helpful and how it had an impact, right? So being subtle with it, right? Not being super salesy and super pushy is always key. It's always important, right? Obviously, there are moments where if you're doing, special giveaways, discounts, and stuff like that, okay, maybe you do a big, just direct, pushy, salesy email, right? But if you're doing that every single time, every other day, or like twice, 3 times a week, people are going to get sick of it. People are going to ignore your emails and no one's going to pay attention, right? And that basically your revenue would drive down. So those are the 3 emails, right? Hopefully they made sense. But just to kind of recap before, you go out there and send another maybe promo email, right? Stop trying to send only sales emails, right? Nobody really likes that. Mix in the storytelling, mix in the value, and also find ways to mix in the offer within those emails, right? Have a good balance, right? See what resonates with your audience, see what resonates better with them, and then tweak it and keep pushing and keep improving, right? And at the end of the day, treat your subscribers like humans, right? There's they're people, right? Connect with them, try to understand them, and just don't see them as just like cash ATMs, right? Um, just that's the number one thing, right? Make sure that you understand that there's a human behind the email, the computer, or whatever that's reading it, and you're trying to build that connection with them, right? Try to nurture them. Um, so yeah, if this video helped, hit subscribe, drop a like, drop any comments, any questions that you have. Um, and yeah, that's it for now. Peace out.